In this video, we're going to cover how to process films using the processing machines here at the university. Once you have completed the face-to-face induction, you will be able to process your films whenever you need to during term time. In the first part of this video, we will show you how to attach your film to a leader for processing. We will be demonstrating with a roll of 35mm film, which is the same that you will need to bring to your first induction. The first stage to processing your film is making sure that you have all of the equipment that you need in the processing bay. This is your film, a leader, a canister opener, a hole punch, and a pair of scissors. How you lay them out in the bay is up to you, as you are going to be processing your film effectively blind. The layout should be what is most comfortable for you. The first stage is to remove the end of the film canister. This is done with a technique similar to that of opening a bottle of beer. Hook the end of the canister into the opener and pull the opener up. This will pop the end off. Sometimes it will only lift one side, so you need to repeat the process but on the other edge that is still attached. Now you can remove the film from the canister using the centre spool. Once removed, the film will unravel where it has been tightly wound up. Once the film is out of the canister, the next step is to cut the tongue off of the end of the film. The film cannot go through the process machine with the tongue still attached. You want to make as straight a cut as possible. The easiest way I found to do this is to fold the film in half and feel the edges. When both edges are lined up, you will know that you have a straight edge. Slide the scissors into the fold and cut. The next stage is to punch a hole into the film to attach the leader. As this is the beginning section of the film, it will have been exposed to light while you load it into the camera. This means you do not need to worry about putting fingerprints onto the film. The hole punch has guides on it. The centre narrow one is for 35mm film. This slot means that the hole punch will always make a hole in the centre of the film. To hole punch it, place the cut end of the film into the groove and slide it all the way to the back until it stops. You can then press down on the hole punch lever to punch a hole into the film. Now that the film has a hole in it, it is ready to have the leader attached. This is probably the most awkward part to do unsighted, so we will practice this in your induction so that you are familiar with it. To attach the leader to the film, you must thread the leader tongue first down through a hole in the film, then down through a hole in the leader itself. The easiest way to do this is place a finger behind the hole that you are trying to feed the leader through. Holding the leader in your right hand and the film in your left, place your index finger on the underside of the film, covering the hole. Then when the tongue of the leader is in the correct position, you will feel it against your finger and be able to guide it down through. You will need to then repeat that action on the hole in the leader itself. Once both parts have been done, the film is attached to the leader. Give the leader a gentle pull to make sure that it is securely attached to the film. Now that the film is attached to the leader, we can deal with the other end of the film, which is attached to the centre spool. This needs to be removed before we can process the film. The film can be attached in two ways to the spool, either with tape or with a small hole that's looped over a pin. To get the spool out of the centre, hold the film with the leader pointing towards you and twist the spool towards you. This will cause the roll of film to open up in a spiral. Keep twisting until it is large enough for the spool to come out of one side. Now the spool is exposed, we need to remove it. If the film is attached with tape, this either needs picking off or cutting off. If it is attached by the hole hooked over a pin, it can either be pulled off or cut off. You now need to gather the film into a neat roll. This is so that the film feeds into the machine smoothly and doesn't risk jamming. Now you're ready to load the film into the machine. To do this, go to the top of the loading bay where you should be able to feel a shelf with some flaps on it. Lift the flap and slide the leader under it. With the hand that you lifted the flap, slide the leader forward, making sure to push on the leader, not the film. You should now feel the machine take the leader and film in. If it does not, Try another slot, as they can sometimes be a little sticky from some chemical residue. Now the film is going to the machine, it is safe to let the flap down, as this will trap the film onto the leader. With the remainder of the roll of the film, you can place this on the small ledge on the edge of the shelf. From that point, it will happily roll into the machine. You can check if the film is going in by putting your fingers on the edges of the film, and you should be able to feel the small vibrations of it passing past the end of your fingers. Once all the film has gone into the machine, you can remove your arms and wait for the film to come out of the other end, where it's ready to be cut up on a light box and put into negative sleeves.